Imagine being able to monetize your love for video games, crafting not just an exciting virtual world, but also a profitable reality for yourself. Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not. In this video, we're going to dive into the lucrative world of game development and narrows down on a unique facet of this field: selling in-game items. We'll guide you through the whole process, sharing expert tips on how to conceptualize engaging game features, develop them, and then turn them into a significant income stream. And the best part, you don't have to be a coding genius to get started. Stick around till the end because we've got a secret bonus tip for you. A tip all successful game developers wish they knew when they first started out. If monetizing your creativity and passion sounds like your kind of deal, then you don't want to miss out on this. Learn game development skills. Game development is a versatile skill in the realm of technology. Aspiring game developers should learn a set of skills which are usually grouped into two categories: technical skills and soft skills. Both are equally important for creating engaging and interesting games. Technical skills. Programming languages. The core of game development is coding. Developers should be adept in languages such as C++, C#, JavaScript, or Python. They must understand algorithms, data structures, and object-oriented programming. Game physics. An understanding of game physics, how things move and interact, is critical. Knowledge in areas such as gravity, velocity, and simulated friction can contribute to the real-world feel of a game. Mathematics. Math is a key element in game development. Developers need to understand calculus, trigonometry, and geometry for functions such as creating 3D graphics and ensuring correct movement and collision response in games. Computer graphics. This involves understanding of concepts like rendering, shading, geometry, and lighting. Knowledge in software like Photoshop or Maya can be useful in creating graphics. Artificial intelligence. AI makes a game feel more alive. It's used to develop behaviors for NPCs, non-player characters, in games, creating various levels of difficulty to challenge players. Hardware. Developers should have an understanding of hardware to optimize their games for different systems and platforms. Software development methods. Developers must be familiar with project management methodologies like Agile or Scrum to work efficiently in teams. Soft skills. Creativity. Game development is a creative field. Developers need to think outside the box to develop unique game mechanics and stories that will captivate players. Teamwork. Game development is often a collaborative process. A developer must be able to work effectively in a team and communicate ideas clearly. Problem solving. Developers face various challenges during the development process. Ability to solve problems, debug, and find solutions is critical. Criticism. Developers need to handle critiques from peers, play testers, or users, using it constructively to improve the game. Attention to detail. Games require polish and finesse to make them stand out. Developers must pay close attention to detail, ensuring consistency and coherence in all elements of the game. Passion. Game development can be long and challenging. A genuine passion for games can keep a developer motivated. Education in computer science, software engineering, or game design can provide a good foundation. However, self-study through online courses and tutorials, coupled with lots of practice, can also lead to proficiency in game development. It's important to note that building a game, no matter how simple, is one of the best ways to learn game development. Leaving room for experimentation and learning from failures leads to professional growth in this fascinating field. Identify a game concept. A game concept, also known as a game idea, game premise, or game pitch, is a brief, high-level summary or framework of what a game could be or how it could function. It serves as the foundation upon which all other game design elements are based. Summary. A short overview of the game that encompasses the basics like genre, platform, target audience, and the main form of player interaction. This might also involve a simple synopsis of the story. Characters. Describe the main characters in the game. What abilities do they have? What are their motivations? Gameplay. This typically involves a discussion of the game mechanics, the user interface and control scheme, and the nature and goals of the most common player activities. Setting. This could include information about the game world, its history, geography, culture, laws of physics, etc., as well as how the player interacts with it. Art style. Here you describe the visual appearance of the game, often giving reference to other popular or cultural styles to give people an idea of what you're envisioning. Sound and music. What is the role of sound or music in your game? What kind of mood or experience do you want to evoke, and how does sound contribute to that? Story. This section can be complex, potentially discussing not only the game's main narrative but also how that is delivered and experienced by the player. This might involve dialogue systems, NPC behavior, player decisions, and their consequences. Technology. Describe the technical resources that may be required to achieve the game concept. This may include game platforms, PC, console, mobile, VR, game engine, AI, and more. Unique selling points. This includes any aspects of the game that separate it from the competition. These could be within any of the aforementioned categories: a unique gameplay mechanic, a compelling art style, a story told in a novel way, etc. Monetization strategy. Describe how the game will generate revenue. Will it be a premium game or free to play with in-app purchases? Will there be ads, a subscription model, or cosmetic microtransactions? Remember, when you're coming up with a game concept, the goal is to create a clear and compelling vision of the game that can both lay a foundation for the design, development team and get stakeholders excited about the project. Design and create the game. Designing and creating a game requires a series of steps that incorporate both artistic creativity and technical skill. Here's a more detailed explanation of the process. Concept creation. The first step is brainstorming and deciding the kind of game you want to create. Here, you'll determine the game genre, story, character designs, game mechanics, and the target audience. Pre-production. Once you have an idea, the next step is to create a game design document, GDD. It includes a detailed description of every aspect of your game, like gameplay mechanics, storyline, character biographies, images, sketches, and conceptual art. GDD acts as a reference document throughout your game creation process. Prototype. A basic prototype of the game is then built to test the core mechanics and gameplay. Building a prototype helps sort out issues and flaws before beginning full production. Game development. It is the stage where actual designing takes place. The team of artists and programmers start creating game assets like characters, levels, and the coding part behind it to make the game function. Testing. Once the game is ready, it goes into the testing phase where you or a dedicated testing team play the game and look for glitches, bugs, or issues that may affect gameplay. Testers also ensure the smooth flow of the story and assess the levels of difficulty to make sure they are balanced. Launch. Once testing is complete and all issues are fixed, the game is ready to be launched. It can be released on various platforms like app stores, game portals, or your website. You'll need to market your game to your target audience to ensure a successful launch. Post-production. Once the game is launched, you'll need to take into account user feedback and reviews. Based on this, you'll make necessary tweaks and updates to the game. Remember, creating a game requires a diverse range of skills. You'd need knowledge in computer science, mathematics, graphic design, story writing, and project management. Alternatively, larger games require a team that includes designers, artists, programmers, and testers. Finally, creating a game requires passion, patience, and perseverance, as both game design and development can be time-consuming and often requires overcoming a series of challenges before the game can be successfully launched. Develop in-game items. Developing in-game items is a crucial aspect of game design that involves creating objects that players can interact with, utilize, or purchase within a game. These items can range from beneficial tools or weapons that help players achieve their goals, wearable equipment to customize characters, consumables that replenish health or other attributes, to decorative elements in the game world. Developing in-game items is not a simple process. It often involves various specialists like game designers, 3D modelers, graphic artists, programmers, and even psychologists to define the item functionalities, create visual representations, integrate the items into the game properly, and ensure these items promote positive user experience. Key steps in developing in-game items. Conceptualization. The first step involves deciding what items are needed in the game, what purpose they serve, and how they fit into the game's setting and aesthetics. This phase usually needs brainstorming sessions with the game design and development team. Design. After deciding on the kind of item, the actual design phase begins. This involves creating the visual look of the item and deciding on its characteristics. This may range from simple icon design to complex 3D modeling, depending on the game's nature. Integration. Programmers then take the designed item and integrate it into the game's software. This phase involves defining the item's functionality, mechanics, conditions for use, interaction with other game elements, and possible effects on the game world. Testing. Once integrated, items must be tested to ensure they work as intended and do not throw off the game's balance. They need to be fun and usable without making the game too easy or too difficult. Pricing and monetization. If the game includes in-app purchases, a price must be assigned to each item. It's also crucial to decide how players can obtain the items, whether they're earned through gameplay, purchased directly, won as prizes, etc. Updates and maintenance. Post-launch, these in-game items should be monitored and updated based on players' feedback and behavior analytics to keep the game engaging and balanced. Developing in-game items requires creativity, technical skills, strategic thinking, and a deep understanding of player psychology. It's a delicate balance to create items that are appealing, useful, and contribute positively to the gameplay experience while also driving desired player behavior, such as repeat play or in-app purchases. Implement a system for online purchase of in-game items. Implementing a system for online purchase of in-game items requires consideration of several key factors such as payment gateway integration, security measures, user interface, and support for different currencies. User interface. A crucial aspect of the system pertains to the user interface. Players should be able to easily access the in-game store, browse through available items, and make purchases with ease. Clear navigation. A comprehensive product catalog, detailed descriptions, and dynamic previews of the items are required for an efficient and rewarding shopping experience. Payment gateway integration. The system needs to integrate various payment gateways for transaction processing. Common payment methods, such as credit cards, debit cards, online wallets, and other online payment systems should be accepted so players worldwide can make purchases. Make sure payment gateway providers comply with data security norms to ensure safe transactions. Pricing and currency support. Pricing of items needs to be clearly displayed in the user's preferred or local currency. Supporting multiple currencies greatly improves user experience and broadens your reach to global players. Security measures. Security of users' sensitive data should be ensured. Any system handling transactions should adhere to existing security protocols like SSL encryption, fraud detection, and prevention tools to protect personal and financial information. Additionally, a robust verification system is needed to avoid misuses or accidental purchases. Transaction records. Users must have access to their transaction history. This can help them keep track of their purchases and expenses, and also be useful in cases of disputes or refund claims. Purchase confirmation. Post-purchase, users should receive a confirmation message or email with all the details of their buy. Players should then see their newly purchased in-game items in their inventory immediately or within a sensible time frame. User support. In case of transaction failures, wrongful billing, or item delivery issues, there should be a dedicated support team to handle user complaints. Providing immediate and effective solutions goes a long way in building user loyalty. Flexibility and scalability. The system should be flexible enough to accommodate new items quickly and handle high volumes of transactions during peak gaming hours or seasonal sales. To sum up, implementing an online purchase system for in-game items require thorough planning and sophisticated technologies. The system must be user-friendly, secure, scalable, and efficient to ensure smooth transactions and satisfactory gaming experience. Carry out extensive testing of the game and purchase system. Thorough testing is an essential part of the game development process that greatly determines its success. Testing not only ensures that the game functions as intended, but it also checks the game performance, security, and usability, which all contribute to a positive user experience. It involves various tests including functionality testing, compatibility testing, load and performance testing, regression testing, security testing, and usability testing. Functionality testing checks whether all aspects of the game are working as intended. This includes character movement, game progression, scoring, and other integral elements of gameplay. It also involves verifying that the game does not crash or freeze and detecting any bugs or defects. Compatibility testing is carried out to ensure that the game works seamlessly on different devices, operating systems, and browsers. This is especially important in the current market where players use a multitude of devices to play games. Load and performance testing involve testing the game under normal and peak load conditions. This includes testing the speed, response time, stability, and resource usage as the complexity of the game and the number of players increase. Regression testing is performed whenever modifications are made to the system to fix certain issues. It ensures that the modifications have not led to any new faults and that fixed features are still working as expected. Security testing checks for vulnerabilities in the game that could be exploited by hackers. It ensures the security of player data and checks whether the game handles transactions securely. Usability testing involves a variety of users testing the game system. The purpose is to evaluate the game's ease of use, its level of user-friendliness, and the overall player experience. Next, the purchase system also needs extensive testing to make sure that all transactions are processed accurately and reliably. This includes everything from checking whether the correct amount is deducted, ensuring in-game purchases are delivered properly, to validating the security of sensitive customer details like their card information. Finally, testing should not be a one-time process but done repeatedly throughout the development lifecycle. Continuous bug tracking and fixing, stress testing the servers, routine security audits, and persistently testing after each update or patch can lead to a stable and successful game and purchase system. Launch the game and its online store. As technology continues to develop at a rapid pace, online gaming has become a popular pastime for many individuals around the world. One way developers of these games profit is through the implementation of online stores, where users can purchase various in-game items or services to enhance their gaming experience. Before launching a game and its online store, game developers need to ensure that the game is fully functional and that all elements of the online store are integrated effectively. The process to launch a game involves conducting thorough testing to check for bugs, glitches, and other potential issues that may impact gameplay. The game's online store usually contains digital goods related to the game. This can include game expansions, virtual currency, character skins, power-ups, virtual items, and other accessories. These digital items provide additional entertainment and customization options for gamers. They are also an important revenue source for the developers and publishers of the game. When launching an online store, the game company has to ensure a seamless and secure transaction process. This includes having reliable payment gateways and ensuring user data is well protected. Besides, the pricing of the in-game items needs to be carefully strategized in a way that they are both enticing for gamers and profitable for the business. In addition, the online store content needs to be regularly updated to keep players interested. This could mean the addition of new items, occasional discounts, or special packages. Some online stores also offer game-related merchandise like t-shirts, posters, or even toys. Online game stores also have to comply with various regional and international regulations. This includes age ratings, privacy standards, and more. Depending on the platform, like Steam, PlayStation Store, or Xbox Live Store, there might be additional requirements and fees. It's also important to market the game and its online store effectively to draw potential players in. This could involve the use of social media, influencers, or gaming events. In conclusion, launching a successful online game and its store is a multifaceted endeavor that takes careful planning, execution, and marketing for it to reach its full potential. Market the game and its in-game items. Market the Game is an immersive, engaging and economic-driven virtual game, which attempts to mimic the real-world market dynamics as closely as possible. The game offers a unique, realistic perspective of different markets' workings, from stocks to material goods. Every player in Market the Game starts as an entrepreneur with a basic set of resources or capital, which they are expected to grow through buying or selling different in-game items such as shares, commodities, or property. The objective of the game is to amass the most wealth through smart, strategic decisions and clever market manipulation. In-game items in Market the Game play a significant role in the overall player experience and game mechanics. These items differ in their value, scarcity, functionality, and overall influence on the game. They range from tangible assets like properties and commodities to intangible ones like shares and bonds. Properties, for instance, can be purchased and rented out for a steady income stream. The value of properties can change due to different game events, such as an increase in population leading to higher demand or a market crash leading to depreciation. Commodities like gold, oil, and grain can be bought when their price is low and sold when it's high. Similarly, shares and bonds can be purchased from various fictitious companies within the game, with their value set to continuously fluctuate depending on the company's performance and overall market conditions. In addition to these, there are also rare collectible items available in the game that players can purchase or acquire. These items, though not capable of producing income, add a sense of luxury and exclusivity to a player's profile, contributing to the overall appeal of the game. The game also allows players to trade items with each other, encouraging social interaction and negotiation skills. By observing market trends and making strategic decisions based on them, players learn key aspects of real-world trading and economics, making Market the Game not only an entertaining pastime but also an educational tool. To win in Market the Game, players must take calculated risks, strategize wisely, and continuously adapt to the ever-changing market conditions. It's a thrilling experience of economic strategizing, making it a must-try for anyone interested in experiencing the thrill of playing with market forces. Provide customer support. Customer support refers to a range of services that companies provide to assist their customers in making efficient and correct use of their products or services. It involves resolving queries, providing technical advice, giving product training, and generally ensuring customer satisfaction. Support can be provided in person, over the phone, via email, or through live chat systems. Comprehending and effectively solving the issues customers are facing is the primary responsibility of a customer support team. This process includes troubleshooting, giving the customer clear directions on solving a problem or directly resolving the issue from the company's end. Customer support is not limited to addressing problems. It also involves taking feedback from customers and forwarding it to the relevant department to facilitate ongoing improvements to the product or service. Furthermore, a crucial part of customer support is to be readily available for the customer, as quick response times also significantly contribute to a customer's overall satisfaction with the service. Another important element in providing excellent customer support is delivering a personalized experience. When customers feel understood and valued at an individual level, they are more likely to remain loyal to the company. Personalized experiences might include addressing the customer by name or understanding their specific relationship with the company. Ongoing training for customer support representatives is also important. This training should focus not only on product knowledge and problem resolution but also on improving communication skills. As the face of the company, customer support staff members must be skilled in handling various situations in a professional and pleasant manner. Moreover, tapping into digital technologies such as AI, automated chatbots, and customer support software could streamline workflows and help provide efficient, reliable service round the clock. Despite this, human touch is still very much needed in customer support, as complex problems require human intervention and understanding. In summary, effective customer support is the backbone of any business. It helps maintain customer loyalty and increases customer lifetime value for the company. By investing in quality customer support, companies can create strong relationships with their customers and ultimately drive future growth. Monitor sales and perform updates based on feedback. Monitoring sales is a critical business operation that helps a company understand its performance and financial standing. It involves tracking sales numbers, analyzing sales data, and evaluating sales trends to make strategic decisions and adjustments if necessary. Sales monitoring can be done through various methods, such as daily, weekly, or monthly sales reports, sales dashboards, or sales analytics software. These tools provide detailed data on the number of units sold, revenue generated, most popular products, peak sales periods, and more. Similarly, gaining feedback from customers and other stakeholders is integral to improving products, services, and overall customer satisfaction. This feedback can reveal insights into customer preferences, potential product improvements, market trends, or even new opportunities for growth. To effectively monitor sales and perform updates based on feedback, the following strategies can be used. Develop a standard process for collecting and analyzing sales data. This may include using a sales tracking system, creating sales reports, and regularly scheduling sales meetings to discuss performance. Foster a culture of open communication where customers, employees, and partners feel comfortable providing feedback. Regularly review customer feedback, such as online reviews, survey responses, and direct communications, to identify trends and potential areas for improvement. Quickly respond to the feedback by addressing any concerns or issues raised and implementing changes to improve products, services, or processes. Religiously analyze sales changes after implementing feedback to check if they had a positive or negative effect. If the changes didn't increase sales or, worse, lowered them, you might need to return to the previous means of operation. By doing this, businesses can remain responsive to market changes, customer needs, and industry trends, ultimately driving sales and growth. Combining sales monitoring with feedback updates offers a powerful strategy for improving overall business performance. Expand in-game item catalog based on user demand. Expanding an in-game item catalog based on user demand is about recognizing and adapting to player needs and desires within a gaming environment. This approach directly appeals to the economy of supply and demand within a game, making the gaming experience more enjoyable and engaging for the players. Firstly, understanding user demand involves analyzing player behavior and feedback. Game developers often use analytics tools to observe how players interact with existing in-game items. In-game surveys and direct user feedback through forums or social media can also provide insights into what items players want to see more of. Once user demand is understood, the next step is optimizing the game catalog. This could involve adding more variations of popular items or introducing entirely new items that meet player needs. The key here is to enhance the gaming experience by making sure popular items are readily available and consistently introducing new, exciting items to keep players engaged. In the world of online multiplayer games, a more dynamic catalog that evolves according to user demand can have a significant impact on player retention. Players are more likely to continue playing and investing in a game if they feel their needs and preferences are being considered and met. Also, a responsive game catalog can indirectly stimulate the game's virtual economy. When new items are introduced based on user demand, users are more likely to make in-app purchases, boosting the game's revenue. Lastly, the developers should always listen to the user feedback on the new additions. Not every new item will be a hit, and user feedback can help iteratively fine-tune the game catalog. In conclusion, expanding in-game item catalog based on user demand is about being responsive to player needs and continually aspiring to enhance the gaming experience. By doing so, game developers can increase player satisfaction, improve player retention, and stimulate in-game spending. Keep the game fresh with regular updates and new content. Keeping the game fresh with regular updates and new content is one of the key strategies employed by successful game developers to maintain players' interest and engagement levels. In a landscape with thousands of alternatives, it keeps the player's interest alive and enhances the longevity of the game. Regular updates in a game may involve bug fixes, UI upgrades, or performance improvements that enhance the overall gaming experience. These technical updates also show that developers are paying attention to the feedback and needs of the community, thereby increasing player loyalty and satisfaction. Introducing new content is another way to keep the game fresh. This could take the form of new game levels, characters, storylines, or game modes. For example, a game could introduce seasonal events aligned with real-world holidays, providing limited-time content that encourages players to engage with the game during that period. Creative and thematic updates not only renew interest in existing players but also attract new ones. Simultaneously, inclusion of some rare or exclusive elements can even spike up the enthusiasm among the gamers. More game developers are also incorporating player-created content as a form of new content, turning their games into platforms for creativity and enhancing the sense of community among players. In multiplayer games, consistent updates and new content are vital for keeping the competition alive and exciting. These changes can shake up the meta, or the prevailing strategies used by top players, forcing everyone to adapt and innovate. In essence, the variety and freshness induced by consistent updates and new content are crucial in building and maintaining a dedicated and engaged player base. Consider these updates as fuel, which keeps the game alive and the gamers always on their toes. It shows that the game is cared for and nurtured continuously, and is never allowed to stagnate, therefore increasing its lifespan in this volatile gaming world. Partner with online game distribution platforms for wider reach. Online game distribution platforms, such as Steam, Epic Games Store, Google Play and Apple's App Store, have grown exponentially over the years due to the increasing popularity of digital gaming. These platforms offer a vast user base from different parts of the world, with varying preferences in game genres and formats. Partnering with these platforms allows game developers to expand their reach, market their games to a broader audience, and increase their potential for revenue generation. As a partner, you get to enjoy the benefits of these platforms' existing infrastructure, including seamless payment systems, software support, advertising tie-ups, review platforms, and more. Courtesy of their algorithms, your games have a better chance of being suggested to users who, based on their gaming history, are likely to enjoy your product. This targeted exposure can significantly bolster the visibility and, by extension, the sales of the game. Moreover, partnerships with these platforms often provide access to various tools and services, from analytics to SDKs, software development kits, and APIs, application programming interfaces. These can help improve the optimization of your games, facilitate easier updates, and help with troubleshooting and game improvements based on user feedback, thus enhancing the overall user experience. Furthermore, these platforms offer mechanisms like leaderboards, achievements, friend lists, and communities that can drive player engagement and retention. A spot on these platforms also allows developers to stretch their creativity through developing DLCs, downloadable content, expansion packs, and even sequels, thanks to the ease of distribution and accumulated player base. Lastly, partnering with online distribution platforms can help build your credibility as a game developer. Being associated with a well-established platform provides a sense of security for gamers that might be more hesitant to pay for and download games off less well-known sites. Given the multiple synergistic benefits, partnering with online game distribution platforms can be a strategic move for both established game developers and startups. It can guarantee a wider reach, increased visibility, improved player experience, and higher profits, making it a win-win situation for all parties involved. Upscale the game and item production based on demand. One of the key aspects of managing a successful online game is appropriately scaling game and item production based on player demand. This involves not only creating enough content to keep players engaged but also ensuring the in-game economy is balanced and that items are being produced at a rate that matches player demand. Upscaling the game involves enriching it with additional features, modes, levels, quests, or anything that brings dynamics and diversity into the gaming process. This means creating new game challenges, themes, improving graphics, and a more immersive storyline. The rate and direction of the upscaling should be directly proportional to the demand, carefully tracked and analyzed through player behavior in the game. With regards to item production, it is essential to ensure that players have access to the gear, items, or rewards they need, but not so much that the game becomes unbalanced or lacks a challenge. The supply and demand concept applies as much in virtual economies as it does in real economies. If there's too much of an item, its value decreases. If there's too little, players can lose interest if the item is too hard to get. To accurately upscale item production based on demand, developers should regularly monitor in-game metrics and player feedback. For instance, if there is a high demand but low supply for certain in-game items, developers may decide to increase the drop rate or offer the item as a reward for completing specific tasks. Upscaling can also be strategic for promotional purposes. For instance, when a new updated version of the game is released, developers can upscale production of promotional items or exclusive gear, creating a scarcity effect that can attract both new and returning players. It's also important to note that while actual demand drives item production, it's also crucial to anticipate and predict demand trends and ensure the game scales accordingly. The use of predictive analysis and AI can be instrumental in anticipating when and where to upscale the game and item production. In conclusion, upscaling the game and item production based on demand is about staying agile, continually assessing in-game behavior and trends, and adjusting strategies accordingly for game longevity and profitability. Diversify the monetization strategies, ads, in-app purchases. To ensure that an app or digital platform remains profitable and sustainable, it is crucial to diversify the monetization strategies. This suggests exploring multiple revenue streams that can keep your app running, rather than just relying on a single strategy that may become less effective over time. Here are some of the most common monetization strategies. Advertisements. This is perhaps the most common way to profit from an app. This involves placing ads within your app that users see while using it. You can partner with companies that wish to advertise their products or services on your platform. Payments are usually made on a per-click or per-impression basis. In-app purchases. Another popular strategy is through in-app purchases. This involves users purchasing additional features, tools, content, or virtual goods within the app. These purchases can be consumable, used only once, e.g., game power-ups or extra lives, or non-consumable, permanent feature unlocks or ad removal. Freemium model. This strategy gives users access to the basic features of the app for free, but premium, more advanced features or content have to be purchased. Subscriptions. Here, users pay a regular fee to access the app or its premium content. Subscription services usually offer regular content updates, making it great for news apps, streaming services, and more. Sponsorship. This involves partnering with brands or advertisers who sponsor rewards for your app's users. In return, users perform certain in-app actions or engagement correlated to the sponsor's objectives. Affiliate marketing. Incorporate affiliate links within your app content. Whenever a user makes a purchase through these links, you get a commission. Crowdfunding. Although not considered traditional, this strategy involves raising funds from the general public, usually through online crowdfunding platforms, to support the development and production of your app. These strategies are not mutually exclusive and can be combined to increase potential revenue. Diversifying your app's monetization strategies not only maximizes revenue but also enhances the user experience, as users can choose the method of support that they find most convenient or appealing. However, finding the right balance is key, as overly aggressive monetization might disrupt the user experience and could lead to user churn. And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed our content and want to see more like this, I encourage you not to miss our upcoming videos. So don't forget to click the subscribe button. Hitting the like button will help us to continue creating insightful and entertaining content for you. Feel free to join the conversation down below by leaving us a comment. We love hearing your thoughts and opinions. Be sure to flip the bell to on the post notification, so you'll always be the first to know whenever we drop new and exciting videos. Now, if you thought this content was engaging, we have another video that we think you'll love. The link is right here. All you have to do is click on it. So, why not jump straight into it? Once again, thank you for your time, and remember to stay tuned for exciting, fresh content. See you in the next video.